Right, calling the Riley Lennon matter. Looks like we have Ms. Lennon, we have Mr. Altenberg. Ms. Genevieve, can you tell me your role here?
Yeah, I work with Riley as a case manager and therapist.
Okay, you're the case manager.
Yeah.
Okay, and you are aware that you're not allowed to present evidence. You're not a party to the case. You're just here for support. It sounds like. Okay, and Ms. Whittle.
Yes.
How are you associated with the case?
I'm the supervisor of animal protection and I handled the animal portion of this.
Okay, just making sure who we have here, and I know who all the parties are. All right, this is case number CR 2025-6793AI. And did we get the record corrected in this case?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. All right, so we are here regarding an animal impound. Specifically, we are here under BRC section 6125, BRC being the Boulder Revised Code. It's what this kind of a hearing essentially operates under. It provides for a hearing when someone's animal has been impounded if the person whose animal was impounded timely requests such a hearing. Specifically, subsection C of that ordinance allows for the city to impound an animal on a basis of a violation of certain provisions of the Boulder Revised Code. One of those provisions is subjecting an animal to unnecessary suffering, another one's improper care. And in this case, there is a citation for improper care of an animal. So it's associated with that charge that the city can impound the animal. And after that happens, the notice goes out to the owner or guardian, and the owner or guardian has a right to request a hearing within 5 days. You did that, so that you timely requested a hearing, and then a hearing has to occur within 3 business days. Today is the 3rd business day from your request, so the court is hearing this in a timely fashion as well. And then once you request the hearing, it's up to me to determine whether or not the impound of the animal was in fact proper. The city has to determine. I'm sorry?
Oh, I just said yes, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Sorry, there's a delay, so I couldn't hear that.
Oh, good Lord.
Right, so it's the city's job to prove by preponderance of the evidence that the impound was proper in this case. And that's a little
Your Honor,
odd
I am a
because the
neurodivergent
impound is
person
done
with complex
based on probable
PTSD.
cause. So the city has to prove by preponderance of evidence that there was probable cause for the city to impound your animal. And if the city does that, then I uphold the order. If the city doesn't prove that, then I would set aside the order and return the animal to you.
Okay, Your Honor.
Even if I uphold the order, though, if I find that there was this improper care of the animal, but there has been changed circumstances sufficient in my determination, I can also still return the animal to you, even if I uphold the order. All right?
I think I understand.
Okay, good. So how this will work is the city gets to go first. And they get to go first because they have the burden of proof. So they will call their witnesses. Then, Ms. Lennon, you will have the opportunity to question their witnesses if you want to. The city's going to call whatever witnesses they have, and you would have that right to question. And then the city's going to do what's called rest its case. Basically say, okay, we're done. Here's our evidence. And then you get to go next if you want to. They have the burden of proof. You don't have to put on any case at all if you don't want to. But you can put on your witnesses if you so choose, and that would include yourself. Although I will tell you, and if you decide you want to do this, I will do a more thorough advisement. But you do have a criminal charge related to this case. So you also have a Fifth Amendment right not to testify.
Plus
Now
you
you can choose to
horrible witness.
testify, and if you do that, then we would go through a bunch of questions to make sure that you understand your rights. The other thing you need to know is if you do testify, the prosecution can ask you questions. Okay?
Your Honor, may I
Then-
interject for one moment?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Can I just want to say, first of all, I understand that ignorance is never any excuse for any law. And I just want to, rather than make any type of excuses when I do explain my side, so forth and so on, I'm really not processing everything that you say, and it's not really so much an excuse rather than an explanation. Part of the reason why Meg is here today is because I don't understand all these. I jokingly call them adult things, but I am
Yeah, we don't care. Shut up.
level 1 autistic, Your Honor, and I just don't understand everything that you're telling me right now. So,
Okay. Do I need to repeat
Don't
something or
understand.
explain it further?
no, Your Honor, I just want to continue, please.
Okay. And you're welcome to take a moment if you need to do that.
Thank you.
All right. So basically, the prosecution is going to put on its case. Then you will have the opportunity to put on your case if you want to.
To explain, I want to offer you explanation so you can be confident as well as everyone who knows me, and my dog is probably as confident. I want you to be that confident. I like that I'm a good mommy for Catley.
You will have that opportunity if you want to present it. So then,
I am not confident you are a good mommy or that you're a mommy at all. Let me be blunt. Just for the record.
so then each side would make their arguments to me. So the prosecutor would get to go first and say, here's why we think we have proven the allegations here. You would also have that opportunity to say why you don't think the city has proven that by preponderance of the evidence that the city should have impounded the animal. And then at the end, the city gets to talk again to follow up on anything you said because they have the burden of proof. Then it would be in my hands to decide what I am going to do, what determination I'm going to make, and that will depend on what evidence was presented in this hearing. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have any questions at this time, Ms. Lennon?
I really don't entirely understand what's happening, so I really don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, so the long and short of things
I don't want
is
my cock anywhere near this.
based on
hearing.
an allegation that you improperly cared for your animal. And I don't know anything about the case. Just so you know, I don't even know if it's a cat or a dog or what. I don't look at this stuff ahead of time. So
Sure.
whatever animal this is, there is an allegation that you improperly cared for the animal. Based on that, the city impounded the animal, took it to the Humane Society for essentially so that it can be cared for. You have since then asked for a hearing, which you have the right to do.
Could be a bearded dragon.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the argument, you're basically saying when you requested a hearing that the city did not properly do this, that the city did not have the right to impound your animal.
Oh,
And so
well,
the hearing.
I'm not sure that I'm saying all that, but I would like to, kind of state my case and maybe that, I've spoken with Ms. Whittle, kind of just, like I said earlier, rather than make excuses, perhaps offer explanation of what happened in the moment, Your Honor, that I did improperly care for my animal. I just maybe want to explain what led to that and what was going on at that point to maybe reassure you,
Okay.
the court, and whoever I have to convince that it was a one-time freak thing. and just kind of offer explanation whenever
Okay.
whenever I'm able to do that, probably after Miss Whittle states her side.
So it seems like we might be able to narrow the focus of this hearing, because the hearing is about, did the city improperly impound your animal? And it
Okay.
just sounds from what you're telling me that you're not necessarily saying that. And I don't want you to say anything further at this moment, because I would want to advise you properly before you make any statements, okay?
Okay.
You also have a criminal case that's related to this same incident. And anything you say here could be used against you in the criminal case, if that makes any sense. So, for instance,
I had a medical emergency that led to this. So I'm gonna talk when you tell me to talk. I'm sorry.
okay, that's okay. I want to make sure you understand as best you're able to what's happening here today. I did not understand that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for crying in your courtroom. I said I just need my dog back. She's part of my support system, and she's outside this one instance. She's, oh my God, she's like, I take care of her as best as I do, and I do a really good job, Your Honor. And it was my understanding when I arrived, and thank you for making this appointment virtual, or this court hearing virtual for me. I appreciate that, but it was just my understanding that this today was to offer kind of explanation for what happened on that particular day. I believe it was Thanksgiving, Your Honor, and just kind of what led to the alleged, I guess, improper care. So yeah, I'll let you go ahead with your whatever we're doing.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Altenberg. It sounds to me, again, I would, if we're going to go forward with that, I'd want to advise Ms. Lennon and also make some statements for the record as to in terms of findings. But it seems to me that we could limit the scope of this hearing. And it seems to me that if you wanted to take a few minutes and speak with Ms. Lennon about that, it sounds to me that she's not contesting that the animal was improperly taken. Rather, she wants to argue that there are changed circumstances, and for that reason, she is asking the court to return the animal to her. And rather than me go through a full advisement with her about her rights in terms of not testifying because it can affect her criminal case, do you want to have a meeting with her off the record? And Ms. Genevieve would be welcome to go to that, on behalf of Ms. Lennon. But to have that conversation with her in a manner that it can't be used against her if we are not able to narrow the scope of the proceedings today.
Your Honor, the people just want to confirm that the assumption at this time is that if we do come to a conclusion with Ms. Lennon, that there is an agreement that the city's action was proper in the impoundment of the animal in question, but in terms of the disposition of the animal would be the agreement to be possibly returning at that point. It's just the agreement.
I'm not making that finding right now. That's why I'm saying if you have a discussion with her in a breakout room where, that's obviously negotiations can't be used against her at trial. But if you can explore that in terms of what she wants to do today or not.
The people are more than willing to have that conversation at this time, Your Honor.
You would?
Yes, the people are more than willing to do so.
Okay, so let's open a breakout room and put Mr. Altenberg, Ms. Lennon, and Ms. Genevieve in the breakout room. so that they can discuss where things are and what the scope of the hearing today is going to be. And the reason, just so you know, Ms. Lennon, the reason I am putting you in a room with Mr. Altenberg is because any conversation you have with him cannot be used against you at trial later. If you say it here on the record, it could be used against you at your trial in your criminal case, if that makes any sense.
I'm not afraid of being charged with anything. I don't think, Your Honor.
You've already been charged.
I'm afraid of. I'm okay. I understand. I don't know what the proper verbiage is.
That's okay.
However, what I will say is, before I speak to the city attorney or the gentleman who wants to help me know what to say or whatever, I'll say it on the record because it's the truth, and I tell the truth. Everywhere I go in my life, Your Honor.
I don't doubt that, but you have certain rights.
Right, but
I need, if you're going to make statements on the record, I need to advise you formally. So what I'm asking you to do is see if we can limit the scope of this hearing. And if that's the case, then I will advise you formally and you can make that statement on the record.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to say though, like before we continue, or before we go in the breakout room, that I believe when Miss Whittle, and acted in the animal's best interest, and then when she ultimately was brought to the Humane Society, I
okay,
agree.
I'm going to stop you there. I know you want to say it, but we need to do things in the proper manner. So, if you wouldn't mind going in that breakout room, and again, Miss Genevieve can join you in there, you can have that conversation, and you're more than welcome to have a different conversation with Miss Genevieve that's private, so you can get the help you need to process the conversation. And then we'll come back in here and talk about the scope of the hearing, okay? Okay. All right. So you should have an invitation to the breakout room.
I don't know how to use this phone. I'm sorry.
I can't understand you. I'm so sorry.
I said I don't know how to use my phone. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It should pop up on your screen. It says you've been invited to a breakout room.
Oh, I see it. I see breakout.
There you go. So just click on that.
There you go.
She's frozen on my screen. Is she actually in the breakout room?
Yeah.
Oh, now she is. Okay. All right, we'll go off the record.
Hello, Your Honor. Because you're muted.
Yes, we are back on the record.
Yes, Your Honor, if possible, can court staff help bring Ms. Lennon and Officer Whittle back into the Zoom call, please?
Sure. Miguel's getting up and taking care of that right now for you.
I will make sure to wait until both entities have returned back to the courtroom.
Great.
Something that invite.
They have invites now, so. And just, were you able to reach a resolution?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, that's fantastic. Glad to hear it.
Well, Your Honor, I had the opportunity to speak to Ms. Lennon and Ms. Genevieve, her support entity, and myself and Officer Whittle had a couple of questions about future plans that Ms. Lennon has.
Okay.
It's my understanding that Ms. Lennon is interested in agreeing to the city's action being proper for the impounding of Cali on the date of November 27th, 2025. However, Your Honor, we are going to be asking that the court finds it proper to permit Ms. Lennon to reobtain Cali at this time. We are requesting there be a small condition that there be a level of constant communication with Officer Whittle to ensure that Ms. Lennon's housing plans for the future are stable, and to ensure that if things fall through, that there are other avenues to ensure that Callie is able to be in a home that is suitable and accepts, or a home in the sense of not to be rehomed, but rather a shelter that can temporarily house Callie or other circumstances.
Okay, and just to make sure I understand, because I was taking notes, but I want to make sure I have it clearly. So what the agreement that you are presenting today is that Ms. Lennon would agree that the impound was proper. She would get Callie back today, but on the condition that she remains in constant contact with Officer Whittle about her circumstances. What does she need to?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yes, Your Honor. Oh,
Housing, yes.
Regarding her housing. And to be clear, are you unhoused, Ms. Lennon? You're on mute.
I am in transitional housing right now. I
Okay.
moved out of my apartment before. I'm in a motel provided by Colorado Coalition for the Homeless right now.
Okay.
I moved out of my apartment today, and I've got bottom surgery tomorrow. Oh my God, it's been a week. But yeah, in the hotel for the 30 days have been approved, but an apartment is not the most suitable housing for me. So I'm working with my PHA to obtain a single family home. I'm expected to move into my house, hopefully within around the next 30 days.
So we're having an elective surgery when we don't have a house and we have an animal. That is disgusting.
Might be 25, it might be 35 days, but I'm actively working as soon as I get discharged from the hospital to look at properties in the Denver metro area. And I will be stably housed in a single family home, which would be better suited for me with my disabilities, Your Honor.
Okay. And
Well,
just
Your
a
Honor-
quick
Go ahead.
question for you. I just want to follow up on that a little bit, Ms. Lennon. So you're having surgery tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor. It's something I've been working for years towards.
I was going to say
and
congratulations.
It's going to be the biggest accomplishment of my life.
Congratulations on that. But I do have a question. Where is Callie going to be while you're recovering?
Yeah, so I've spoken with Meg Genevieve, and Meg today had a phone call with the Humane Society at Boulder, where Callie currently is, and Callie is able to stay there up until the 16th of December. I go in for surgery tomorrow. I get discharged on Thursday, so Thursday, Friday. Yeah, I know it's going to be a doozy
Seems
too.
fast.
8-hour procedure, like. Anyway, but Callie will be able to stay at the Humane Society in Boulder until my surgery. Meg had also been working on tentative plans B and C. We were going to look at boarding her, but I think the most easiest thing, and honestly, I think it's in the best interest of the dog, being that Boulder Humane so that she could stay there. She's already there. She's already comfortable there, I guess. So she will remain at Boulder Humane until I get discharged from the hospital, and I'll be able to care for her at the time of my discharge, Your Honor.
Great.
So you don't care. It's all about your convenience.
And a question for you, Officer Whittle, sorry, Little, I don't know where I got that from. Whittle, I'm looking right at it. Can't pronounce W's and L's today for some reason. And did you have any particular conditions in terms of how often Miss Lennon needs to be in contact with you, or just when there's a change, or?
I think if there is a need for Callie to be picked up or cared for, if she can't reach anyone else, she can reach out to us as an agency to assist in a transport or boarding. But I do not have a set number of times or days for communication. She's good at communicating with me already and will text or call me as needed
Oh, okay, great.
already. And I will set a reminder myself for a week out of new home to check in with Miss Lennon or Natalie.
Okay, and
then
who is
anything great,
Natalie?
Your Honor.
Oh, her housing
yeah.
manager. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, what did you say, Miss Lennon?
I said Jenny's been terrific, Your Honor, and
Oh,
I've been
good.
talking to her, and she's kind of, even despite the tumultuous circumstances, she's kind of an extension of my support network even. So I have no problem keeping in touch with her because I know she cares about the animals, which I love, and she cares like about the humans too. So I no problem keeping up with Jenny.
Okay, great. So do I have all that right, Mr. Altenberg?
Yes, Your Honor. In addition to that, we just want to know on the record that Ms. Lennon and Ms. Genevieve have confirmed to or expressed to both the city and Officer Whittle that she does have a stable support network now that is capable of providing her the support that she needs when circumstances like this arise to ensure that another moment like this doesn't occur again. That was something that we found to be very important, and one reason why we're willing to pursue this is the understanding that Ms. Lennon has the means of contacting those at this time that are able to provide her the support that she needs. In addition to that, Your Honor, we understand that this, more than anything, is a learning moment of recognizing when Ms. Lennon needs to call out and obtain the help that she needs as well.
All right, thank you for that. I'm sorry, I'm taking notes down here. All right, and so Ms. Lennon, understanding that the stipulation on getting Callie back is that you're going to keep in contact with Officer Whittle about your housing. Is that what you'd like to do today?
I would, Your Honor. She's going to, it's my understanding, and Meg could probably clarify if you'd allow her to speak. But she's going to be staying at the Humane Society until Thursday or Friday when I get discharged. But Meg will probably, I'm guessing it'll be Meg would probably, or maybe Natalie, my case manager. One of my case managers will, I'm not going to be able to drive for a while. So, come Thursday, Friday, before the weekend, they'll bring Callie to me in my motel where I'll be recovering.
Oh, how nice. That'll be good for you.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't, given that there's not going to be any testimony from you.
Oh, isn't that nice? The taxpayers will take care of everything for you, Peaches. As usual. Tomorrow and the rest of your life.
I don't need to formally advise you of your rights before entering findings. And the reason I don't is because all you would be admitting as part of this proceeding is essentially that there was probable cause for you to be charged with improper care of animals. And as a result, the impoundment was proper. And because it's only probable cause, you're basically not admitting anything. Now, you may still want to, as part of the animal case, maybe you want to enter into a plea agreement, but what you're doing here today wouldn't affect that because all you're saying is there's probable cause, and probable cause isn't enough to do anything. Does that make sense? Okay.
I think so, yeah. Are you going to be the one hearing the criminal case or no?
I don't know. It might be Judge Khan. It depends on what day it comes in. And actually, on a separate note, Officer Whittle, I did have a question for you. There are 2 summonses for Ms. Lennon with the same date, same time, and same agency number, but issued on 2 different dates. Can you? And it's
Yes.
entered right now as 2 separate cases. But are there 2 cases or 1?
It's 1 case. I apologize. I had to issue a new paper summons because I left off the arraignment date. So I need to submit a motion to cancel the original incorrect summons, which because of my work week timing, I haven't yet. So the
Okay, just so I'm
499 is
clear.
canceled. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
The purpose of this hearing, Your Honor, the people were notified of this a couple days ago, but we didn't want to preemptively dismiss a case and accidentally cause an issue with this proceeding, with there being a possible expectation of, oh, if you're dismissing a case, then why are you having the hearing, et cetera. So we just wanted to notify everything, complete everything on the record first, and then address everything afterwards.
Okay, understood. I was just, without reading anything, again, if there was going to be a hearing, I wanted to be only considering the evidence that was brought to bear today. So I hadn't read anything. I just happened to look in the system and noticed that there was 2 cases. So yeah, if you'll just take care of that as soon as you have a moment, Officer Whittle, that'll be great.
Okay.
Yeah, so it might be me, it might be Judge Khan, depending, when is your case set? When's the arraignment date?
I think it's the 16th, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
That's if my memory.
Of this month?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look.
And also, Your Honor, when you have a moment, I just wanted to ask. I received, I think I mentioned, I received Social Security disability, and I'm trying to move into a new house that could be kind of, costly. So I wanted to see, even though I struggle like to work and I have my whole life, I want to see maybe there'd be a potential volunteer opportunity or community service or whatever if I had to pay a fine, because I can't do that and all the other things I need to
Understood.
take
Now,
care of. Extra expense would destroy me right now.
in theory, the only thing you would pay for today is it's a fee for the hearing, and I'll waive
I don't
that
have
fee.
that.
Right, I'll waive that fee. But you do need to realize that when you get out, then you have to pay the Humane Society for the boarding of Callie.
And there may
That
be
sounds-
an option for payment plans or long-term options, or the safety net boarding that comes with hospitalization may be at a reduced or waived fee also. So there are at least options if there are fees, okay?
But
Thank
that
you,
is
Chair.
something you take up with the Humane Society. It's not something the court does. Okay?
Correct.
And it sounds
Thank
like
you, Chair.
Officer Whittle can tell you more about that and point you to the resources you need to explore, whatever options are available to you.
I understand. Thank you.
Okay. So given all of what's occurred today, I'm very, very glad to hear that there is a resolution in the case. I think it's always better if parties can come to an agreement. Everybody has a piece of the puzzle. You have some say in it. It's just I think folks generally are more satisfied if it's possible to reach an agreement. That said, I am going to enter the finding that there was probable cause to issue a citation for improper care of animals in the criminal case that is here. And you said we're taking away the first case, correct, officer?
The first summons
Okay, so that would be the
had no
first.
arraignment on it. So that's
Okay.
AC 6499 and then AC 6500 is the corrected summons. Same everything, just a
Right.
repeated document.
Okay, and let me just make sure I get that case number to make the record very clear.
Okay.
All right, so there is probable cause for the officer to have cited you with improper care of animals in case number CR 2025-6811. That is the summons that was issued on 12/3, just to be perfectly clear. That said, it was also proper, there was probable cause for Officer Whittle to impound Callie. So that finding has been made that the impoundment was proper. In terms of changed circumstances, I will make a finding that there have been changed circumstances that Callie will be returned to you under the conditions that were the condition that was discussed, and specifically that is that you the animal's return, Callie is returned to you as long as you remain in contact with Officer Whittle regarding your housing situation, and that be done whenever there is a need for Callie to be cared for, so that you will be in contact with Officer Whittle in that circumstance. I am very, very happy that you've got this stable support system now, and that you've had this learning experience, so now you recognize when you need to pick up the phone and make that phone call to Officer Whittle. I'm also very happy to hear that you've been in contact with her regularly. So those being the court's findings. You're welcome. Those being the court's findings, I will leave it with very.
Okay, so the judge is happy about that. Well, let me tell you what I'm not happy about. That you're a crap pet owner, and that they had to impound the dog in the first place, and that you have no plan on how to care for this animal. And I find it disgusting.
Very good luck to you tomorrow. Happy reunion with Callie on Thursday, it sounds like. So.
Can't wait.
All right. And then officially, I am waiving the hearing fee associated with this matter.
Thank you kindly.
You did the hard work, so I'll go all on
Hard
you.
work of abusing a pet.
All right.
Okay.
Take care. The hearing is concluded.
My
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Well, that's disgusting and embarrassing, although the crying was hilarious. It really was. That was terrible. That was terrible. I told you you'd hate it. I didn't even see it, but Liz told me I'd hate it. So I know you'd hate it. But we did it anyway, and I'm glad we did. It was interesting and disgusting, sickening sort of way. There you have it. There you have it. Going back to the other stream, 3 of the worst cases I've ever seen in my life, all in one day. All this happened today, people. Thanks for coming out. Behave yourselves. Take care of yourselves. You know I'm not bailing you out, even though I love you.